What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Everything Paranormal Show. It's been a while since I've been live, but we are live in a haunted bed and breakfast, and that dates back to really about the Revolutionary War times. It was like started out as a log cabin, and over the years, was ended up converted into it was expanded upon and like a large home, and everything else was even used as like a field hospital, a temporary morgue in the basement, all kinds of fun stuff. So it's a really spooky place, and now it's a sort of a bed and breakfast. But what's cool about it is they have a lot of decorative motif around here for the paranormal stuff. A lot of interesting, cool little skulls and stuff. Now, I've got my laptop. I won't be able to walk around too much of the home. I can't give it away too much. But if you want to see the full episode, make sure you stick around, because once it gets edited, it will debut on the preview will debut on right here on YouTube, and of course, you will have the full episode on Paraflix. Beyond, hello, or yeah, you should chat to me through your Beyond. But okay, so we are live here now. Also, I'm not here 100% alone. I want to make sure I'm transparent with you guys. I actually am here with a good friend of mine. We call him Frowick. So some of you probably know him. Now, for those of you that follow me on Twitch and you watch a lot of my gaming stuff, you'll you'll see Frowick, and like you'll know who he is. For those of you that are just like my YouTube viewers that watch a lot of my just paranormal content, you may not know him, but if you like gaming and all that good stuff, definitely go check him out. He's Frowick TTV, right?
No, just Frolic.
Frowick. You just go look up Frowick on Twitch. So I forgot, like, a lot of your gamer tags will be like the TTV. So
Yeah, well, I do that so people can find it, but yeah.
yeah, and I'm TEPS Investigates, and I also have my buddy Curtis here. So Curtis is a sort of like, he likes to stay silent a lot, but you may see more of him in front of the camera soon. We've got some pretty cool projects coming up, so I'm excited. So uh yeah, I'm glad to see you guys. Oh, okay, so I want to show you guys. I figure while we're here, since we're live at a haunted location, guys, we've done this before. I don't want to like just film all the time, and then you guys are like, I want to be there too. Well, I brought you here this time, so I can't walk around with you because, again, I've got my laptop. I might disconnect, maybe show you a little bit, but I can't give away too much. But I figured I'd walk you through just some basic stuff that I have with me. Now, I've got a lot more at base camp in the other room, but I thought for some of my gaming friends that play Phasmophobia and other ghost hunting games, I figured it'd be pretty cool to where you could see some equipment in real life, and then even a few things that are not in the video games. So some of you may be used to like ultraviolet UV. This is like your sort of tier 1 UV, or tier 2 actually. This is your UV lights. So there you go. And then tier 3 bad boy. Yeah, look how bright that sucker is. Yeah. All right. So I want to explain a little bit of UV. And what UV is really, I guess, good for is in video games is cool, but in real life, we don't tend to use UV a lot. You can use it, um, but I've never really seen anything significant. I think the biggest thing that you might see is like you can see some like old blood stains, or things like that. I mean, you can see some things with it, but
Don't check the sheets.
right, just don't check the sheets. So now, for those of you that like a spirit box, of course, there's different spirit boxes. This would be like your tier 2, or the original SB7. Now, this is like one of the first generations. There is a backlight in here, but it really don't work, and it doesn't have the other gauges on here. But this is an SB7. Okay, a lot of you recognize that. This would be like your tier 3, or in the ghost hunting world, just an SB11. So there you go. There's the real SB11. Now you can see a little detail like in the video game, they don't have a temperature like in the real life. In the video game, it just says response. So, but this is actually a multi-purpose tool. There's even a flashlight up top as well, at the very top. So again, not a lot of things that people know. And another thing that you guys don't know in the video games, but in real life, there's actually 2 separate channels, channel 1, channel 2, and you can actually do a different sweep, not only sweep rates. That's the speed at which you hear the. You can do fast, small, shorter, but you can go forward. You can have a sweep one direction, and you can also have the other side sweeping at the same time in reverse. So that way, if you hear real words, there's a good chance that it's probably some kind of spirit communication. So that's what's nice about the SB11. It's definitely a step up from the SB7. Some of you recognize, got a TEP gun, right? So if you want to take temperature, see, you can see the laser back there. However, the only thing I don't like about that is that it's a surface. You're really taking more surface temps. If you really wanted to get into ghost hunting, you want to get some ambient, like the thermometers. I just have these just to show you guys, because this is what people recognize from phasmophobia, and some ghost hunters will use these on camera, but it's surface temperatures, so I don't think it's very investigator like, but I just wanted to show you guys that. Let's see. In the world of EMF, I don't have multiple levels, but I have the good classic EMF meter right here, and this is the K2. So the K2 is sort of the original, made in the USA. Supposed to be like, this is like the one, right? And then everything else is copies. So this is the one. This is the K2 meter. So you can turn that on. And I don't have my phone near me because I'm using it as a hotspot. But you can see here, if you touch it, see it's kind of going off. But also, if you had your cell phone, you had other electronic equipment that it's emitting EMF, it will pick up on. Or ghost hunters use this as also intelligent communication. If you can have a spirit to light it up, and then if they do it on command, that's usually means that there's activity. So anyways, pretty cool. One of my favorites. And now again, and it's not a ghost meter. Just because it goes off does not mean you found a ghost. All right. Dots. This is tier 1 dots. Look at that. Pretty cool. This covers quite a bit of area. This is best for sitting down like on a table or in a hallway. Beyond, hey there. There's Beyond. So, but yeah, tier 1 dots. You set them up. I like to set them up kind of, like on a, like maybe I'd set them up back on top of that piano or something, have them shine across the room or down a hallway. And then you set up a static cam, and then you can look and see if you get any paranormal. Yeah. Well, we have some good hallways down here too that work really well. But yeah, we might be able to send them up in the main room. We'll find somewhere, trust me. All right, we'll save the battery in that. The batteries in here are so tier 1. What can I say? Of course, you got your handy cams. These little handy cams are great for setting up for static. A lot of times they'll have your IR, your infrared. So a lot of these are good for some basic night vision. I like to pair them with external IR devices to boost in the quality, so you have a better thing. But these right here are great for just little tripods, stick them somewhere, doing a handy cam, and like I said, these are good static cams. Actually, that's what I like to use for when it comes to filming. We actually use what you might think would be like a tier 3 camera, but it's actually our filming rig and we'll film our episodes there. So I just thought I'd show you that. Of course, you guys are used to smudge sticks. See that? So in case of emergency, we can smudge. No, smudging generally, we don't do a lot of smudging in IRL, if you will, like in real life ghost hunting. We might smudge if the situation requires it, if we have where we're trying to cleanse a home. But now, of course, again, if we get in a situation where for some reason we're having some serious spirit activity that's not too friendly, we can try to use some smudge to try to keep that down a little bit. You always want the stinky stuff. You don't want it's not that good smelling. You want the stinky stuff. If it smells good, it's not the right kind of sage. Little tip. I think that's you got your audio recorders. See, this is something you don't always see in a lot of the games, but this is your audio recording. These you can use. This one here is my particular one for my microphone. I'll be mic'd up. But we also have another one that we use for audio for EVPs. Just now made it home. Well, I'm glad you made it home. All right, and let's see. Also, yeah, and here's another cool thing. So, guys, like when you do the spirit box, when you guys hear the SB11 and you hear the well, let's say that was annoying, and you're like, I don't like that. I just want to hear just the spirit responses. Well, that's when. Okay, yeah, that's right. Beyond's like, she said I can upload it to Twitch. So you know how you get that annoying well, if you don't want to hear that, so we have what's called, I'm gonna tilt it down, the Dimension Portal. Okay. Now this was made by my buddy Josh from Southern Afterlife. And so he made this one, he made this particular white version. He made the white, and he normally makes them in black, but he made the white version for Beyond. So he specifically made it. This is Beyond's. But this has got crystals that are kind of harnessed into the system with copper, and it actually is drilled into the system. So it helps to try to use with the clear quartz crystals and the copper. And of course, there's a couple noise gates on here. And he also incorporated a temperature gauge. So and see, that's what you normally hear. But once you turn the noise gate down a little bit, so when you hear some of the interference, that's because this switch here also is an EM. It's an EM pump, electromagnetic pump. It actually will produce electromagnetic fields more. So, for example, if you have your meter, right? Let's turn on the pump. Now, you see that? See, now we're putting, look at this, EMF 5. Oh, well.
Oh, yeah, that is EMF 5.
EMF 5.
Oh,
Could be twins.
Could be Wraith.
Could be Wraith. Anyway, so now you can see. So when we turn it off, see that? So that's how you know that one, Josh built an actual EMF pump, and two, the meter works. So there you go. So we actually saw. So what this means is if you're not having a really good activity, you can crank that up. Be outside of Revenant.
Maybe. Just like the dining table, just in the
Yeah. So we're sweeping through here. So this is where you normally can ask questions, right? Can you guys hear it? You shouldn't hear a whole lot. All right, so let's go ahead and ask some questions. Why not? Ready? All right, let me calm myself a little bit just to make sure. And you can see there is a temperature. I don't know if you can see, but it says 67. So that's another thing that was cool when Josh made that. Turn off the lights. Yeah, we can turn off the lights. I mean, they do in the game, right?
right behind you, I guess.
Yeah. We heard something.
You sat down, yeah.
All right. Is there a spirit present? Did you hear that? Like I just heard a noise like right over here, like right by the fireplace. All right. All right. Can you tell us your name? You want to ask some questions? Now remember, it's not the game, so you can't ask them like, "Are you there? Are you here? Are you near?" You got to give it time to respond. I'm gonna go see if I can turn off this light.
Yeah. Are you happy with us being here? Do you like what they've done with the house? Did I bother you last night?
Are you happy with the current family living here? Could you please tell us your name? How old are you? Do you like us being here? I'm gonna try to. What was that? Did you say you like us being here? Can you tell us? All right, so we're not getting a whole lot, I don't think, on Spirit Box. Remember, the night is still kind of early, so we may have to come back to it. So I was just trying live, see if we can get something. All right. Yeah. It's like when I went to turn it off, it made a noise. All right.
Okay.
All right, there we go. So that was a little bit of a Spirit Box session. We can try. What else do you guys want to try while we're on live? We can try. We can set up the EMF and see if there is. Any bloody footprints? I'm just looking for. I'm just looking for like. Huh?
I can, if you hand me the other one, I could try looking around here. At least it goes out of reach. Oh, there's some splats here.
Really?
Well, it's just a couple.
Huh. We'll have to check.
Like drops, like blood drops.
We'll have to check into it. So, Frau is getting some little blood drops over there in the UV light. So,
there's something else there, but that looks like just a crack.
So we'll have to check it out. We'll be investigating that. So we'll let you know on that one. What else do we want to do real quick? Okay, so EMF, we got an EMF meter. You guys can see that. Here we got that kind of here there.
There's a couple things in there. It's like beads or something in the floor.
Yeah, that could just be some things will react up, but you really just want to look for
And see like that right there.
Right.
I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
But, well, that's interesting. Over in the fireplace.
Any orbs? I don't know. Did you guys see any orbs? So you guys are looking through the camera, so you have to let me know if you see any orbs.
Yeah. Little stuff like that. Like I see two things that look like blood drops over there, but that's more or less all I got.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. We'll look through the house when we do our suite.
Yeah.
We got filming to do soon.
Okay.
All right. So this here is a REM pod. This is also built by Josh from Southern Afterlife. Here we'll give him a little promo there. Southern Afterlife. All right. Go subscribe if you don't. All right. So this here is a proximity. Basically, it's almost like a motion detector, but you have to actually get near for it to go off. Okay. So this is pretty cool. And so some of you on TV, they're like an actual cylinder type shape. And those have an additional like temperature meters. This is just a pure REM pod. This is just for motion. There's no temperature on it because we already have enough stuff with temperature, really. So you turn it on. Okay. And then you move away. So just to show you, when you get near it, see? So like typically you can kind of wave around and it's not going to set it off. It's not that kind of motion. It's just proximity. And we get So generally we like to set these up in the investigation. And of course, they're not near people usually. And this is where if they go off, typically it's because a spirit went near them. Now, you can usually ask spirits if you want them to go near it or to touch it. You can ask spirits to do that. So in this case, if there's a spirit that would like to come forward and communicate with us, you can touch either one of these devices. If you'd like to touch, all you got to do, I'm going to demonstrate like I just did. You can touch that device and that'll cause it to go off. Or you can even come here and touch this device. and you can light up, make the lights go even more. Okay. So if you want to light this up more, you want to come over and touch that device, please come forward and do that. And you can do that anytime while we're talking, while we're hanging out.
I heard something. But it sounded kind of like a tree. Oh, there it is again.
Sometimes we're hearing noises. A lot of times what you'll find in investigations is as the paranormal activity, it'll start to increase and you'll start hearing more and more things. And then eventually at some point it'll peak out and then it'll go flat. But we're in that phase where it's going to start building up. We're turning off some lights. We're opening ourselves up to communication. Now we're starting to hear a lot more noises. So before it was like pitch quiet. Like, yeah, we had the lights on. There was like nothing in the house. It was like really quiet. But Beyond walked through here earlier and told me a few places to pinpoint. So we're going to pinpoint some of those other places tonight during the investigation. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited. We got a lot in store. We're going to be doing some more experiments like this. Hopefully we'll get some more. Hopefully we get some evidence. It'd be just cool to capture some real paranormal activity, something from beyond the veil. Let's see, Frog, did you want to say anything? We're live to.
Yeah, I'm here along for the ride. I really don't have much to say. I'm still learning about all this. The only ghost hunting I've done was basically sit in my basement and watch a movie. But I have been on 2 investigations. They showed me the equipment. That's about as far as I got. So
now, for those of you that's like, how come we can't see him? Well, that's because Frowick is a VTuber by trade on his Twitch and things, and he's got a lot of other cool talents. So he's got some other things he's going to be doing soon too. But in all due time, he will reveal himself to the world when he's ready to, or who knows, maybe in this episode, because we are going to be filming it and showing on Paraflix. So, but I assure you, he is not just a voice. He is here with me in person.
Yeah, I swear I'm like a puppet, like Kermit the Frog. Nobody knows what's going to come out.
Right. So, guys, we are going to be probably ending this here in a few minutes because we do have to get some. We got to get some lights turned off still, and we have got to get some filming going. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. So, but guys, stay tuned. And thanks Beyond for chatting. I didn't know I saw some other people that's been watching that hasn't chatted, but guys, I'm excited. I'm can't wait to go. So we'll see you. Did you see that ghost hand? Who was that?
There was nobody. It wasn't me at all.
But guys, if you have so happy Frog is there with you. Yes. Remember, this is going to be debuting soon, so keep an eye out. We'll see you in the next video, guys. Remember, seek the truth.